What's going on, everyone? It's me. Quick weekly update. I'm about to get a haircut right now. My stylist is about 15 minutes late, though. It's pretty rare, so I have a feeling, I don't want to place blame, but I think the person before, I have a feeling, was probably running late. It tends to happen at my work all the time. Whenever one person's not late, it causes this, trickle effect, and then it's hard to play catch up. But anyway, I just want to have a few minutes before I got to go in and get this mop cleaned up. Just fill everyone in on what's been going on. Just been very busy again. You can't see it right now, but got the old, practicing with the old car seat, baby coming, got the pack and play ready, the crib, just trying to get well prepared and buttoned up before the babies come, and it's coming right around the corner. Things about to get extremely real. Someone to my right, and took a breastfeeding class. Went with my wife, obviously, yesterday. The instructor was like 30 minutes late as well, but someone else filled in to fill in the time, and so it was very, very informative. Just hearing how much information is out there and how the baby has to get a proper latch onto the nipple, and how if not, it can cause a lot of pain for a woman. So it almost felt like the breastfeeding class was more, and my wife said that it felt more informative and more, all the classes are important, but the breastfeeding class was extremely important. She felt like it was more important than the actual birthing class, because the birthing class, when you're giving birth, you have, even if you're completely clueless on how to push and stuff, there's medical staff all around, nurses, doctors, whatnot, to help you. But when you're breastfeeding, you're kind of, well, initially you're on your own pretty much. So that's a class, and it was a free class, which is, I did donate a few dollars. These people that hold it, they do it for free. It's a non-profit organization. I extremely appreciate these people with a lot of passion, and all the classes I've taken. You could obviously get paid and still be passionate about it, but the ones that are mothers, they have a lot of experience, and there's different degrees of expertise. And if you have trouble with breastfeeding, you could get a lactation, I think it's called a lactation expert, come to your house. So hopefully we don't have to go down that route, but whatever is more comfortable, that's the most comfortable for my wife, because obviously when the kid's born, they tend to lose weight, and then you have to feed them every few hours. I'm sure each and every one of you that has children already know this, and I did know that, but it's just a lot of detail, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be tiring for my wife especially, and I'm going to take some time off, obviously. But lately I've been feeling a little fatigued already. It's just, I have noticed, just because my testosterone levels definitely go down. But I will say I'm 39, this past year or so, for sure, I can feel the fatigue setting in more, and I think that's just something called life. Just going to work, working out. Yesterday, where the days just go by like this, right? They just fly, and I'm just running all these errands. My wife had to fill in the EDD paperwork for her leave for work, and we had to go to USPS, and the only one that was available was at the mall. So we had to get the parking, and then we had to wait in line for like 20 minutes there, because that's the only one open till 6 p.m. Spending all time doing that, getting the groceries, just getting acclimated with everything. I had to work out in the morning, do this, do a bunch of stuff. And also, what kind of sucked, on the side note, I went to this new place, and I use Yelp a lot. I don't know if you guys and gals do. I use Yelp because it is pretty damn accurate, and Yelp often will reward good businesses and people that really care about their customers, such as my hairstylist. I'm going to see in a couple of minutes. I got to make this just not too long. And it also exposes people that don't have good service, or industries at home don't have good service. And I've wrote plenty of reviews, try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Nonetheless, went to this place and it was just at the last minute. We wanted to get some food, and it was already like 1 p.m. at lunch, and usually we eat earlier. Anyway, make a long story short, it was like a burger sliders, chicken sliders, beef sliders. They have other stuff like that. We went. I should have looked at the reviews, but we just didn't have time. Nonetheless, I placed the order. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm not exaggerating, 15 minutes. And I overheard a guy to my right say, "Man, I've been waiting 30 minutes for my order." And I was like, "Oh, it can't be that long." And I'm not estimating the time because the timestamp is actually on the receipt. This is first world problems. Nonetheless, 20 minutes go by, 25 minutes, and it's close to like a half an hour. And this other person goes up to the counter and says, how much longer I want a refund. And then my wife's like, "You might want to check because it's been now 32 minutes for a little slider. 32 minutes. People in the back, I don't know what they're doing. The manager's nowhere to be found. This is a new place." That is an absolute recipe for a disaster, especially when you're trying to work out the kinks of any type of business. The manager needs to be there. Now, I don't know the circumstances. Maybe there was an emergency, but based on the previous reviews, the manager is nowhere to be found. Obviously, it should not take a half an hour plus. I saw one review, it was like 45 minutes just to get their food. Fast food joint, right? It's not called, it's supposed to be fast food. It's not fast, slow food. And by the time it was 32 minutes, I just said, "How much longer?" She's the cashier. I don't blame her. She said, "Sorry, it's gonna be another 20 minutes." I said, 20 minutes? 52 minutes, man. I got shit to do, man. I got things to do. So I was like, "No, let me get my money back, please." So they better get that right too. So I had to take a screenshot. They even gave me a receipt. You know, when you usually get a receipt for your money back, it shows the total and says like a minus when you go to like Home Depot or any store. She says, "I don't have a receipt." I was like, "What do you mean I don't have a receipt?" She's like, "Well, it's a screenshot of it on the computer." She didn't know how to do it, so I just took a picture of it. So I'll check that anyway. So anyway, just rambling real quick. You know, when you do stuff like that, it's like time is like precious. You know, I'm like trying to get things done. I don't have 50 minutes to wait for a slider. It's just so irritating. That was pretty much it. Going to the mall and to the USPS store. There was a senior citizen driving, and she's just a 4-way stop, and she just doesn't see me and just keeps going. I'm just like, that's for another story. These senior citizens need to be tested yearly after, I think in California it's like after 65 every 5 years. Between 65 and 70, a lot of cognitive ability, your vision can get impaired, your hearing. In 65 to 75 years, that's a lot of days in which something could go down. I'm not trying to hate on the senior citizens. There are some responsible drivers that are senior citizens. But I feel like after 65, they should be tested like every 6 months. That's just me, though. I don't know how it is in your state. But I'm not trying to make a rant about the senior citizens and driving, you know, and not to make light of it, but I may have done a video on it a long time ago, but a senior citizen actually drove into a gym one time. Into the gym, at the front entrance of it, someone was on the elliptical and freaking killed the person. Can you imagine that? You're there to work out. You're there to better your health and life. And what are the chances of that happening? Very, very minuscule, but it does happen. You're on the elliptical and boom, you know. So if you're ever on that elliptical, you see a car coming, it's going pretty fast, you might look like an idiot. I would just jump off that thing because you just never know. Always be alert. Anyways, that's my time. Just trying to hang in there. I am excited about the baby coming. She will be introduced to the channel in due time. April 13th, it's right around the corner. My friend just had a baby, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, and then my wife's other friend is expecting like pretty soon. She's in Texas, her high school friend, and then my wife too. So that's great timing for a lot of support. So there's going to be definitely an adjustment period. I'll do a separate video on the YouTube schedule and what's going to occur, because it's going to be pretty wild and fun. But that's it. Thanks for watching. More content coming. Bye.